Tom Fergus showing us a fun way to show guests out of town all around Old Town Scottsdale.
Yeah, and catch some rays too. Maybe get a little suntan on your shoulders. Hey, Tom.
Yeah, you guys, the last time I was on a Segway, we were out at IMS Raceway, and you got to go all over the raceway. You get to see so much. You probably cover 10 more times than you would if you were walking. And so what they do is they pull this big old trailer up wherever you want. If you want to, meet up with their tour, they'll tell you where they're going to meet you. Shane Sender's the owner, Scottsdale Segway Tours. Shane, good to see you. I know you're a friend of the show.
Yeah,
we've had you on before. It's good to see you. Tell me about, why you got involved with doing this.
I've taken a bunch of tours with my kids all throughout the country, San Francisco, Miami. We had a blast, and the company was for sale, and I thought it would be a great business to do.
Yeah.
Really fun, meet all kinds of people from all across the country, so we get to show them all around Scottsdale.
Yeah, well, check this out. All right, so this is what they end up with, guys. You get on a Segway. Sean, how you doing, man?
How you doing?
He's like a pro at this. Explain to people, like, when they get on this, they can bring their purse, a little stuff at least.
Yeah, we give them a bottle of water, too.
Yeah.
They can put all their personal items, especially their phone, because we're going to take a lot of great pictures of all the cool stuff along the way. We get them up on the Segway. It takes about 5-10 minutes to learn how to be a pro at riding, and then we hit the streets, we hit the town, and we show them all the cool stuff, some of the art, the restaurants, culture, etc.
Yeah, it's not just a 10-minute tour. It's a little longer.
It's an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending, and they get to see the whole downtown area, about 5.5 miles.
Cool.
Yep.
Well, let's go ahead and climb onto one, and we'll go from there. Amber's going to help me get on now. These things are going to roll away if you don't lean them up against the curb, so that's kind of what they do. Thank you, Amber. So the one thing she taught me was you right hand, left foot, and then you just kind of hop up, and then it's all just balance. So as I lean back with my heels or forward with my toes, and then I steer with my hands, left or right. So they spend about 5 minutes teaching you how to do this. That's about how long it takes. It doesn't take long at all. Juan's going to jump on the back of that pickup truck. We're going to take a little spin. Now, what kind of tours are they going on? Just, you have Old Town, but don't you have other areas as well, Shane?
We do the whole downtown area. We hit the waterfront, the Old Town District, the Civic Center. We do a night tour. We can see the sunset. We do a holiday lights tour in December, which is really fun. So a bunch of different options.
One of the things I think is great about it is that if you just got to town, you're kind of giving them the lay of the land.
Exactly. And the best part is when they just get to town, we show them everything, and they get off the Segway after the tour, and they go, wow, I want to check out that place that you showed me, or go to that restaurant that we saw. So they get a great initial view of the whole city and decide where they want to return to and visit afterwards.
And all of your guides know a little bit about the history of this area.
Yeah, there's a lot of history. I mean, we just passed the Rusty Spur Saloon. That's the oldest building in town.
I've been
Borders
there.
Right there
Been
is
there,
the first post office. So we tell them all about the history. We're in Old Town. These are the oldest buildings in town, built in the 20s and 30s. So we give them a lot of history. Locals who take the tour love it because they get off the Segway and they go, I've lived here 20 years. I didn't know any of this stuff. So it really gives you a great view of the city you live in, the perspective that you'd never even known.
That's so true. I have friends that have never been to the Grand Canyon that grew up here. I have a friend that grew up in Philadelphia. He's never been to Liberty Bell. So let's talk about nuts and bolts. If I'm sitting in my hotel room and I'm like, you know what, that's what we're doing today. What's it going to cost me for the hour-and-a-half tour and the 2-hour tour?
$49 for the hour-and-a-half tour.
What?
$59.
That's a smoking deal. So 50 bucks basically for the hour-and-a-half. How much for the two?
$59.
$59, 60 bucks for the two.
Yep.
So much fun. And really anybody can do it. This is not that hard.
Yeah, we've had 9, 10-year-old kids up to an 86-year-old woman a couple weeks ago we had get on, and she was giggling the whole time.
I smile every time I get on it. Of course, I'm always smiling.
We call it a Segway smile because you almost can't stop smiling when you're on these things.
Hey, how many people do you get on these tours? Let's say I got a big group.
Our average is 10 to 12. We can get up to 20 people. We've had many groups of 20. Corporate events and parties, birthday parties and bachelor parties, things like that.
I was just going to say, I think the corporate events would be a gas, team builder kind of thing.
Great. We do great videos. Some of them get all dressed up and they just have a blast.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I told these guys behind me, rule number 1, don't run into me. And that's the whole trick to this whole thing. You don't want to get hurt, just steer clear of everybody. But you guys, it's so much fun. And like I said, you get a little bit of history. If you get to town, you really don't know Old Town very well. They'll give you a tour, let you know where all the restaurants are and all the fun things. All of their tour guides are schooled on this whole area. So when you take the tour, you kind of get a little history. And it's fun. I know I'm a legitimate tough guy and I look kind of wimpy up here on a Segway, but
No way.
I wouldn't have it any other way. This is fantastic.
You look like a tough guy on that thing.
Yeah, you sure do. Hey, Tom, I don't know if I missed you saying.
There
but
you go, flexing.
Do they give age requirements?
Are there age requirements on this or size requirements?
It's really size. As long as you have enough weight to lean back and stop yourself, you're fine. Like I said, we've had 9, 10-year-olds.
Yeah.
no problem.
Yeah,
Great
those little kids that are athletes, little soccer players, they could jump on here.
There you go.
Yeah, it's like one of those, what do they call it, Amber? The gliders, and they're easier because you have the
Oh,
handlebars
yeah.
to hold on to. so.
Yeah. So much fun, you guys. We'll have more coming up.
Looking forward
Thanks,
to
Tom.
it. Way to work that thing, buddy.
That looks fun.
Yeah, he looks good. Beautiful way to see the valley, too.
Yeah, sort of
Cruising
intimidating,
along.
but he makes it look easy.
Welcome back. Well, Tom Fergus is having a great time in Scottsdale.
Yeah, he sure is,
This-
riding around in a Segway.
Yeah, this is his town now.
Yeah.
Scottsdale's your town.
I'm telling you, we need to get the squad together.
Yes,
we
we
need to do this
do.
together.
So fun.
We would be giggling the whole way. We're just going to go cruising down here, and it's really not that hard to learn. Really, honestly, I don't consider myself a full-blown athlete, but I have a little bit of skill. And here we go. Take off, guys. I got Juan on the back of a pickup truck. He's the one that's actually risking life and limb. But Shane Sender, the owner of Scottsdale Segway Tours, is with me. First of all, how can people get a hold of you if they're watching this and they want to find out about it?
ScottsdaleSegwayTours.com or 855-SEG-TOUR.
There
Very
you
simple
go.
to book online anytime.
And I think you have a Facebook page too, don't you?
We are on Facebook
Yeah.
as well, Scottsdale Segway Tours.
Yeah. So I come out to take a tour. Start me off. How does it all work? I've never been on one. What do you do?
So we get you suited up, get you a helmet, get you on the Segway, give you about a 5-10 minute training class. We have some cones set up so you can make sure you know how to go zigzag around and know how to stop on a nice big parking lot. And then we hit the streets. We're on a special transportation zone, so we're right like a car. We're right in the middle of the street.
I was going to ask you about that. You're not up on the sidewalks. You are treating it like your vehicle.
We are, and it's a lot safer that way. You don't have to worry about people getting in the way or curbs or sidewalks, so we just head in a nice straight line down the street just like every other car.
Now, if I was in Chicago, we'd probably have a couple of bumps in the road. You just kind of bend your knees a little bit.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. You do little personal shock absorbers, bend the knees.
I love how on the tour we see art like this, which is kind of cool, and all your tour guides talk about this.
This is the jackknife statue by Ed Mell. The jackknife,
I
that's
love
actually
it.
the move that the cowboy is doing there. But you might recognize it as the seal of the city. That statue is the seal of the city. The policemen
Yeah.
wear that patch on their uniform. There's a cop car right there, or you can see the seal on his car actually.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, well, now we talked about prices. Not too bad for an hour and a half or a 2 hour. It's not
Yeah,
too bad.
$49 for an hour and a half, $59 for 2 hours.
And that's what you're going to pay for a tour in just about any city, but you cover so much more ground.
We cover almost 6 miles, so you get to see the whole downtown area in a short period of time.
Was it 6 miles? Now we're coming up on a really cool building. You tell people about all these little spots along the way. We saw a couple bars over there that you and I have been to a few times.
Yeah, we've passed a lot of bars. We
What
go over
about-
those. But
what about this?
This is the Museum of the West. This is our newest museum in town, and it's actually Smithsonian affiliated, which is very hard to get in such a short period of time. Great museum, a lot of Western art, heritage, movie posters, etc. And you get a discount actually to go there for touring with us.
Oh, very cool. So there you go, guys. ScottsdaleSegwayTours.com. Check it out. If you're in town, you're sitting at a hotel, wondering what you want to do today, I know you're going to sit around a pool most of the day. Spend an hour and a half out here. I guarantee you're going to be laughing and smiling. It's a good time.
Tom Fergus, you make it look so easy.
It is easy. You guys would love it. I want to do this with you because you girls would crack me up.
Oh, we'd
Yeah,
have a
get you
good
guys out,
time.
have a good time out here.
Yeah, we would.
I don't know if I'd be doing that little curvy move that they're doing out there.
Maybe if we had like some music going, you
Yeah.
know, and then we were like
Some
kind of
padding?
Yeah, kind of